really excited about this meeting.
Thank you.
Truly. Very good. My name is Coach Hartman. I'm a life coach. I'll tell you just a little bit about myself. Almost 20 years of counseling and therapy for substance abuse and psychiatric patients. And I moved into life coaching in order to deal with individuals like yourself that may just need a little nudge to, take their life to the next level. And counseling is more prescriptive. Basically telling people what to do. As professionals, sometimes you need to tell an individual what to do in order for them to then put their wings on and they can fly. But in coaching, you have a situation where you partner with individuals. Right. I will partner with you, okay. And from that partnership, we begin to explore. We begin to explore ideas, explore some values.
Wonderful. And
explore some rough spots that you may be in.
I'm so excited
yes.
to explore this. Let's get down to
the
brass roots.
Right,
help me, Coach Hartman. I need help. I need some true life coaching because my issue and my dilemma throughout the course of my life, being the oldest child, has always been the caretaker. Okay. So I care for everyone. I take care of everyone. And I put myself on the back burner always to make sure that everyone else is ahead of me. If there's only one slice of bread and it's 5 people, I'll make sure it's split in 4 so everybody get a square, and I'll be hungry to the next day, and I'll be okay with that, knowing that I fed these other 4 hungry souls. So my life has just always been about serving and protecting and caring for others, and never ever living the first law of nature, which is self-preservation.
Okay.
I don't even understand that concept. The first law of nature is self-preservation. Yeah. And I understand that it should be. Okay. And in an ideal world, that's what it's supposed to be. But for me, because I've been the caretaker so long, my first line of whatever is to take care of those that are in my grasp or in my circle or in my team or in my life.
Gotcha. Well, how does that make you feel?
Rewarded. I feel great in my heart because I know that God is pleased with my actions, and that's how it makes me feel.
Got it.
I feel like I'm doing God's work to help others and to, but then the issue that I have with that is that it's so unappreciated.
Okay.
And that just tears my heart up. It
Gotcha.
Really breaks my heart. It always brings me to tears, but yeah.
Gotcha. So you have a sense of gratification, but then you also have a sense, is this what I'm hearing? A sense of gratification, but also a sense of disservice to yourself?
I feel disservice when I'm not appreciated. Now, if I do something for someone and they are sincerely grateful, then it just makes me feel wonderful that I was able to help that person and that they're in a better place.
Got it.
But then when they turn around and they are so ungrateful, it just makes me regret ever doing anything for anyone.
Gotcha.
But 30 minutes later, someone else calls me and needs a helping hand. I'm front and center. And I have to learn how to say no. I don't know how to say no, really.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, so what I'm hearing is something called, that I studied for years, something called lifestyle balance. That's necessary. And when there's no lifestyle balance, something's going to be jammed.
Like in discord. Right?
In discord, exactly. Something's going to be jamming in discord when there's no lifestyle balance. I say this all the time, that you can't say yes all the time.
Right.
And you can't say no all the time.
Right.
But there's a balance there that's maybe necessary. Because you do get gratification from what you do, but at the same time, when you don't feel that appreciation, and also I heard you say you kind of say yes when you may want to say no? How's that?
Do I say yes when I want to say no? Yes. Sometimes.
Okay. Got it. And why do you think you...
I weigh the situation out. Although I may want to say no in my mind and in my heart, but if I know it's a situation that you really need it, I'll just go ahead and say yeah.
Gotcha.
For an example, I just had a dispute with someone.
Okay.
And it was ugly, but the next day, that person needs to get their children in school and don't have the money to get their children to school. So I help because I know that the babies need to be in school regardless to what we got going on.
Yes.
They still need to be in school. So although, yes, I want to say, no, I'm not doing nothing for you.
Yes.
I still know that there's a greater need.
Gotcha.
And so I just need to fill the need.
Gotcha.
You know, and we'll worry about the rest later.
Okay. I understand that. Again, it's that lifestyle balance. So tell me, what is, in that situation that you just explained to me, is there anything that you could have done differently?
With respect to helping, or
respect to just being you, whether it's helping, whether it's not helping, whether it's just you in that situation that you had with that situation. Is there anything that you could have done differently as you reflect on it? You take a look back.
I could have not given them the money to get them registered in school. But then the babies would suffer and not be in school.
Gotcha. All right.
And what kind of auntie would I be to do that?
Got it.
Because me and the parent had a dispute. How could I let the babies, not get what they need?
Very nice. And what I wanted to do, I wanted you to take a look at that situation starkly, that there was really no alternative for you because there was children involved.
Right.
But what I see at times, that when we get to these extreme situations, there's something that can be done beforehand, and it's called relationship management.
Okay.
Do you follow me?
Sure.
So in that relationship management piece, you're managing that relationship to a point where when it gets to where you have to do something, you feel good about it, or not so bad about it, because you've already been dealing with relationship management, making sure you appreciate others and others appreciate you before you get into a really tight spot.
Right.
You know, but once it's just that one polar to the next, there's no real lifestyle management. There's no real relationship management, you know? So I wanted you to take a look at that, the idea of, well, what could you have done? Well, there's nothing I could have done because they had the babies involved. However, I think there may be an alternative, which is relationship and lifestyle management. It's a pre-context that takes place most of the time in relationships and in life.
Okay.
You know, things that happen beforehand. You know, so what we're trying to do is create a you, or develop a you know, in partnership, where you manage relationships maybe more better. Do you think that's something you may want to do? Manage relationships better?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
But you know, my issue with that is, I really think I manage relationships well.
Do you?
I do.
Okay.
I think the individuals currently that I have these issues with have some severe psychological issues that they're dealing with from where they're coming from.
Yes.
And now they're coming here. They're coming from a place of total discord.
Okay.
One is a felon, has been in prison 16 years.
Okay.
So that mindset are on and off, not straight 16, but on and off for many years.
Got it.
So they already have their own, you know, issues from having been confined.
Some dysfunction.
Right.
Okay.
And then they're in a lesbian love affair.
Yeah.
And they just have their own from where they're coming from. And now for me, I live in the suburbs. It's just my husband and I in a very quiet, quaint place where it's peace, and they're not used to that. And they've said that we're not used to being peaceful. We're not used to wake up saying good morning to everyone. And to me, that's just normal.
Got it.
You know what I mean?
I understand.
When you wake up and I see you, it's good morning.
Yeah.
For me, today is a day the Lord has made. I'm going to wake up and rejoice and be glad in it. And for those that don't, I'm just like, what's wrong with you?
Understandable.
Why can't you wake up happy? Some people didn't wake up this morning.
Got it.
I did.
Yeah.
And so did you. So let's be grateful. You know, so I take issue with gratitude. One of my biggest, I think, most important factors in life for me is having an attitude of gratitude, being grateful.
Yes.
You know, and I can't expect everyone to have walked my walk, but as a cancer survivor, like I already told you, God has given me another lease on life. And with that, I'm so grateful for everything.
Got it.
I can't expect no one, just because I had cancer and I dealt with that, and my gratitude level is where it is. I can't expect everyone else to be there.
Yes.
But I can expect you to be courteous and kind and just grateful. When someone opens their door and their heart and their wallet to you, it'd be nice to say thank you. And to not get that, which I don't get, makes me feel like I shouldn't have done it in the first place.
Got it.
I open my doors, and it's not like I live in the hood or I live in an apartment or I live in the slums.
Got it.
I welcome people in my home, in a beautiful home. They have a pool, they have internet, they have cable, they have their own private rooms and bathrooms and freedom of food and random to... And I don't even get a thank you.
Got it. Understand. Well, it sounds like that was heavy on your heart. Truly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, sounds like it's heavy on your heart.
It is beyond heavy.
And you said you've been dealing with this for quite a while?
No, I haven't been dealing with it for quite a while, but in the short span of time that I've been dealing with it, I have been bitches and traps and holes and in my home.
Okay.
In a place that I open my door and welcome you to.
Sounds a little unfortunate. Sounds unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
What
jealousy is a terrible thing.
Yeah. One of the things about coaching is that I can't coach an individual who's not here.
Right.
So I can only coach you. So one of the things I'm going to get back with is the idea of relationship management.
Right.
Now, you said this has been for a short time.
Right.
Right? The short time looks like what, a year or two?
No, the short time like 3-4 weeks.
Okay, fine.
And in that 3-4 weeks time, it has been constant turmoil.
Got it.
Constant.
Yeah. So again, the idea of relationship management, like you say, you do well in relationships.
I do.
However, what we have now is a new challenge. Now with a new challenge, there's something called a new you may need to become present now.
Right.
Do you follow me?
Right.
A new you may need to become present with this new challenge.
Absolutely.
So it's not that you don't know how to been manage relationships in the past. However, you have something new that's going to take a new you to deal with it.
Thank you. Absolutely.
Sure. And with that new you, this is what I want to work on with you.
Okay.
Developing that new you, and how does that new you look? Now, there is something that we deal with in coaching, as it pertains to values.
Okay.
At times, we take a step back.
Yes.
And the people that's in our lives, we may do something called a values clarification with them. A values clarification with them. And values clarification is basically taking a look at a slew of values, such as, family values, financial values, physical values, psychological values, and emotional values.
Right.
And looking at these values and see how they match with each other.
Okay.
Say if I give you a values clarification form to fill out, and I fill out one, and then we bring it back together and see how do our values match up together. Maybe our values don't match at all.
Right.
And then it expresses what our commonalities are, and our commonalities that they are this way. Do you follow me?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so sometimes that's an activity that could be done in a family setting.
Awesome.
Because it is a family setting. Even though there's some dysfunction, there's some chaos, it's still a family setting. What do you think you can do to deal with this new challenge on a small scale?
Well, I felt so pressed to have my peace back, my peace of mind, that I went out yesterday to look for an apartment for them, to rent for them, to pay for it for them, so that they could just move on.
Okay.
So I'm prepared.
Got it.
To pay for them to stay somewhere else.
Gotcha.
That I just need them out.
Yeah. Is there anything on a less expensive and a less, I wouldn't call it extreme because it's family, but is there anything less like on a relational level? Because that's financial, but you know what?
Relationally,
on a relational level.
For me, all I can do at this point is just be quiet, be still, and don't even communicate. I really don't even want to have a good morning, good night, good anything. I don't want to have any conversation. Hello, goodbye, nothing.
So you have enough to hear at this point.
I'm full.
Got it.
I'm full.
Got it.
However, there are 2 babies that are involved.
Yes.
That I cannot consciously know that I'm comfortable in my bed and they don't have a place to sleep.
Yes, I can imagine.
With the kids comes the mother.
Yeah.
So, in my mind's eye, to do the right thing, I was thinking, let me just take them from this bed in my house, put them in their bed in their house.
Okay.
And then you guys can figure out the rest once you get in your house.
Okay.
That was my thought.
Got it.
After this morning's uproar, I've decided that I'm not doing anything for anybody. For you, your kids, for nobody. I'm done.
Okay. Gotcha.
Completely.
Gotcha. So do you feel uncentered now, or you kind of?
I feel wonderful to even be able to say that and verbalize that. I want you out. I'm done. I'm tired. I'm over it.
Got it. Is there anything wrong with that?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay.
I don't feel it is because I've been violated in my home multiple times when I've done nothing but open my doors and my heart and my wallet to help you. Because I've been violated, then now I don't feel like I'm wrong for feeling the way I feel and for taking the actions that I need to take.
Gotcha. So you feel like you put enough out there, enough of that goodwill out there
daily,
and you to a point where you just need to make a decision.
I'm to the point where if loving you is hurting me, I gotta let you go. Because loving you has hurt me. You gotta go.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
That's the point I'm at.
Yeah.
And I just would ideally like to part in peace and in love. You know, that's how I would like to part. I don't want any confrontation, any confusion. I want to help you carry your bags if you need me to.
Got it.
I just want you to carry them quickly.
Got it. Let me ask you a question. If you
today.
had the ability, you said today, huh? Got it.
Like right now.
Got it. Yeah, it's kind of intense, huh?
Yeah, like I hope your trunk is already past full.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Well, you know, if you had the opportunity to have a family meeting, like right now, with all this intensity, and you had the floor, and you just wanted to make a statement, and for some magical reason, this statement will get through these individuals' ears, you know, in a crisp manner, what are some things that you would say?
I would say when you're down and there's nowhere else to go but up, and someone is extending their hand to you like me, be grateful for that arm that's reaching to help pull you out of that hole that you've been in for the last 3 years. That hole of homelessness and despair and desperation and living from pillow to post.
Yes.
When someone has helped you, show that person gratitude. Just be grateful. Say thank you.
Got it.
It would take you a long way. And by doing that, it would encourage that person to want to help you do more things.
Got it.
But by cursing them out and keeping up all of that ruckus and not even having the sensibility to say, well, you know what? Before I blow my top, why don't we just talk about it? Let's see if there's something that we can communicate.
Yes.
Maybe there was something that happened along the way and there was a mistake made.
Got it.
You know? And if you've done something, if I've done something that's wrong or out of the way, I'm big enough to come to you and say, hey, I apologize if I've offended you or hurt your feelings. And it would be nice for you to be able to do the same thing. You know? But more than that, I don't have any children. What I would say to the parents is when you have children and you're not in a position to help yourself and others are willing to help you, you need to learn to be humble.
Yeah.
Because you have babies. You know what I mean?
I totally understand.
You have children.
Yeah.
I don't have any children.
Got it.
I don't have nobody to care for but my husband and I.
Yeah.
And we're doing quite well. Thank the Lord.
Yes.
You, on the other hand, are living out of your car, living from shelter to shelter. I've given you everything that a person could. What else could a person possibly need? I would say just to be grateful and to humble your spirit.
Now, with that there, which is, makes sense. The idea of just being grateful. Grateful does a lot for a person emotionally. Not only emotionally, it shows the people that you're dealing with that I appreciate it. I'm grateful. However, let's take a look at this here. What if a person doesn't know how to be grateful?
Okay.
What if the person hasn't been dealing with the that emotional, that psychological, that social factor of being grateful. You know, you show grateful is social and it's also emotional and psychological. What if a person hasn't been dealing with that that aspect of gratefulness and they just don't give it to you? They just can't give it to you.
Then I think that you know, a conversation needs to take place, and it has. And I would had I not seen it from myself that you've showed your children that they should be grateful, that means to me you know it because you've showed it to someone else. You told someone else to do it. That means you know how to do it yourself.
Okay, I can see that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you know for the last year you've been sleeping on the sofa,
yes,
and you haven't had a bed to sleep in that's your own, and now you got a king size bed that's comfortable with flat screen TV and internet and cable.
Yes.
Where you can sleep to 8 or 9 or 10, 11 or 12 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You don't know how to be grateful for that? That's just ignorant to me. I don't think that you get to be 30 years old and don't know how to say thank you for someone that has extended their arm to you. This does not seem logical to me.
I follow you.
Right, at all.
So why did I ask you that question? Is because I wanted you to take a look at that people
Let me
at
say
that
this.
age.
I have to cut you for 1 second.
That's fine.
And thank you for allowing me to.
Please.
I think from where I just left off, it's a sense of entitlement. I think people feel, because I'm your sister or your stepsister, you feel entitled to have what I have, or because I've welcomed you in my house, you're entitled to act as though it's yours.
Yes.
It's a transitional period you're welcomed here for. A transitional period. You move from one state to another state. So that's a transition. And it's going to take you a minute to get on your feet, to find your way, and I understand that. But while you're transitioning, remember where you're at.
Gotcha.
Remember who's feeding you.
I follow you.
Who's providing water and light and food and gas for you.
Yeah.
And a bed and a toilet.
Yes.
And tissue and soap and lotion and deodorant and toothpaste. Remember those things and be grateful for those things. So it's just no excuse to me at all.
Understandable. Got it. Well, let me ask you this here.
Yes.
What can you do for you not to feel so heavy? Because this seems, and I feel it. It's very heavy on your heart.
It is heavy.
It's heavy on your
God,
heart.
yes.
What can you do for you?
To book a flight.
To book a flight. Okay, where would you go if you book a flight?
Probably to Jamaica.
Probably to Jamaica.
Yeah,
very good.
For a month.
Yeah, a month. Very nice.
Just to lay on the beach and write a book.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that will give you pleasure? Peace?
It will give me peace.
I can see that.
That surpasses everything else.
I can see that.
When you have survived a terminal illness,
yes,
all you want in life is good health and peace.
Got it, yes. If
I can just have my health and have peace of mind, I don't go anywhere. I don't hang out. I don't party. I don't club. I don't keep friends. I have friends and we've been friends for years and years.
Yes.
But I don't do the social, the girl thing and the hanging out and all that. I'm very domesticated.
Yes.
I'm in my zone. I've created my own haven.
Gotcha.
And for someone to come into my space and to violate me in my space.
Yeah. Now,
so what I'll do is bow out gracefully.
Bow out gracefully. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's your choice, and that's the power of choice. And if you feel that's the right decision, it's something it's something that's called trust your gut.
I'm not certain what the right decision is.
Gotcha.
What I know for sure is I need peace of mind. That I do know. Gotcha. So,
I mean, we talked about going to Jamaica. Is there anything small that you can do to get a peace of mind presently?
Yes. I can go get a massage. I can go to Jeju and lay down and get relaxation.
Okay.
Did
that you think that will work well for you?
While I'm away from there, but when I come back home, did you hear that? Listen for a second. Listen. You hear
Quiet.
That? Peace. It's just peaceful. It's peaceful in this space right now.
Got it.
So maybe I'll come down to the man cave.
Okay.
And have peace. Unfortunately, I purchased a home that I should have peace in throughout. I shouldn't have to find a closet in my house to have peace.
You know what? When I'm listening to you talk right now in this short period, I remember this gentleman said to me, he's a very older, wise man. He said to me, as I was going through something, he said, well, why not you? You know? And that why not you had me to realize that my present challenge, as we talked about in the beginning, is going to take a new me or different me to deal with the challenge. And sometimes it's not just making the decision and the decision going exactly the way you want it. It's a process that's taking place at this point. So within this process, there was a healthy you, you know. So that healthy you has to stay present as you're dealing with the situation. Like you said, the peace of going to the massage, or, you know, having that quiet space that you and I talk about right now as you're going through this process is going to be very necessary. Because if you've been doing well, and right now you're not doing so well with this relationship, that strong you is going to need to become more present now. You follow me? You're needed more now. You know, not the person who just wanted everything to go away, because that's unrealistic. That strong you that's always been present is going to need to be here now, saying this is a new challenge. And this new challenge is going to take something different, you know? So, you know, we were just talking about peace. Let me just hold your hand real quick, okay? Just close your eyes for me really quick and repeat after me. All I want, all I need is in me.
Is in me.
Let's say it again.
All I want, all I need is in me. All I want, all I need is within me. All I want, all I need is within me.
Okay. So all you want, all you need is within you is the idea of you getting your foundation back, because your boat has been rocked. When your boat been rocked, it's kind of surprising. Like, okay, how did I get here? You know, like, how did I get here? But it's here.
Right.
So your best self, you're welcome. Your best self is going to be needed in this situation.
All I want, all I need is within me.
Because you can't control anybody else. Your best self is necessary. And your best self is the one that has always taken care of yourself. You've taken care of yourself. You mentioned massage. You mentioned Jamaica. That means you've done these things for yourself.
Sure. I've taken care of everyone else, though.
And that's what?
Which is what I'm going to stop doing and learn to take care of myself.
Very nice.
That's what I'm going to do.
Very nice.
I have to learn to do that.
Learn to do that. And that's okay, you know, because it's going to be refreshing, actually. It could be refreshing. Like, this could be something new here. Actually, we call it crisis, you know, crisis management. Taking something that happened that's really bad and turning it into a positive.
Yes.
Boom. Now, see that?
Absolutely.
We can take this and go to a new positive now. So let's take this to a new positive. Let's start here. Okay. There's something called WWW, and that's what went well. So can you tell me what went well for you within the last month? Anything that went well for you?
Well, what went well for me is I have been successful with my clients. I'm happy to have helped so many homes and so many lives and so many families. No, I can give back to multitudes of families. I can help enhance lives from state to state, not just here in Georgia, and consultant.
Yeah,
absolutely.
As a consultant. Mm-hmm. Gotcha. So, and if you don't see what I see. I see a brighter you right now.
Thank you.
You're smiling. You're happy because that's what you like and you used to.
And I love to. I love to help elevate my people.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's still your heart.
Very much.
Understandable. And this is why I say this is a new challenge for you. Yeah. Because you help people with their homes, with their finances,
with their vehicles, with their travels, with their health issues, with their health, with their bills.
And I've talked to you in the past, and you tell me how you're really concerned with people, and even with their credit.
Oh, absolutely.
We talked about that before, and so right now your boat is being rocked. This is a challenge.
The only thing that's biblical is just when you try to do good,
got it.
Evil.
That's what I was thinking.
Is always at hand.
Got it.
When you try to do good, evil is always at hand. And so that's the thing that just keeps telling me, Cookie, it's not just you, because other people have done good too. Maybe they're going through evil, but I just set out to, people say, you think you Mother Teresa. I don't think I'm Mother Teresa. I think I'm Cookie.
Yes.
And it's only been a short time, but it's affected me. It's affected me where I've gone to the hospital because of the whole stress level. Got it.
Yeah. So, and with that stress being present here, I can feel it even more. So what I want to do is, I'm going to move into some action planning.
Please.
But also I want to just talk about just a little bit more with that what went well. And you said what went well for you, recently is taking care of your clients, knowing that it's going to, affect them and their family, even generational, when you get people set up financially. Yes, you can have people generational, and it helps you sleep better, makes you feel well. However, with that, is there anything Cookie has done for herself?
I went and got a pedicure.
Okay.
So, well, I put my Mercedes in the shop.
Okay.
I had my rings cleaned.
Your rings cleaned.
Called the housekeeper. She's coming, later on. And the pool people came yesterday. I need to get my grass cut, So just household, everyday, normal life things,
Gotcha.
But I've not done anything specifically for Cookie. No, I've not.
I hear your best self is like agonizing, wanting to come out more. Your best self is really needed right now. And believe me, Cookie, going through this new challenge, doing something for you is going to keep your mind in a place where you're able to deal with these things with more clarity. Because when you're not doing some things for yourself, and you constantly find yourself doing things for others, you have nothing to reflect on that. I do this for them, but I also have my own pleasures as well. So maybe we can take a look at some things that you can do for you that's fulfilling.
I have 2 tickets purchased.
Yes.
To go April the 9th to go to a beautiful winery in California.
Right.
And we're going to stay at this lavish new hotel casino that they've built outside the wine, not far from the winery. And just to go and get away.
Where are you going to go?
No. I'm not going.
Okay.
I'm not going because my husband has decided he's not comfortable leaving our house unattended. And
I can imagine.
And I understand. And I'm not comfortable leaving these people in my home because I don't know what their situation is, if they're going to be moved out. So I cannot leave and enjoy myself with my purchased paid tickets.
How did that make you feel?
Like a damn fool.
Okay, so what we need to do, because you have a life coach now, in order to obtain that enjoyment, to get that, to go and enjoy
Get them out of my house.
Okay, tell me, how would that look?
Ideally, they will get their checks on the 25th, and they will be moved into their place on the 26th, ideally, or the 25th when they get the cashier checks.
Okay. So you think you going April 9th, you think that's realistic? It sounds realistic.
I have a ticket. I didn't book my hotel, but I can get a hotel anywhere once I get there.
This is something
I cannot go.
That's well needed.
It's something I'm so looking forward to.
Wow.
Going to my cousin's beautiful wedding at a beautiful winery, and my husband gets to go to the casino, and I'm from Los Angeles, so I get to go home and visit my family and do all this at once.
So what I'm hearing
I cannot go because my mind is not at ease, and I cannot leave.
Got it. So what I'm hearing again is that lifestyle balance I'm talking about. So what I'm hearing, you're in another place where you're not going to do for yourself, you're going to do for others. And this is just what I'm hearing. Is it a bad thing? I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is lifestyle management, lifestyle balance is very important Because if not, you'll start feeling that those gears burn out. You feel that
those
burned
gears
out.
are burning.
And I can imagine.
They're inflamed.
I can imagine. And however,
they're burning up.
There's something called ceasing the moment. And you have a situation on your hands right now where you have 2 plane tickets. You have
3.
You have 3 plane tickets, right? You have, we call it anticipatory joy. You can look and think about the trip that you're going to take and you can just smile about it, correct?
Absolutely.
That's called anticipatory joy. That type of stuff helps you get through the day.
Right.
Helps you get through the stress because you know, listen, I got something good that's about to come.
Right.
So what I'm hearing now is that you're ready to take from you and give again to someone else that you said is not grateful. So I'm not here to coach them, but what I'm trying to express is I'm hearing that lifestyle balance thing, that lifestyle management may need to be better managed. Because right now you're telling me that you're ready to take from you and give again, and will leave you in a really bad place. How does that make you feel?
I feel that Cookie being in this bad place, I feel like God sits high and he looks low. And despite me being in this bad place, I always rise up and out and above. Because I know who I am and whose I am.
Gotcha.
I really do know that.
Gotcha.
And I just step out and stand on my faith. And sometimes I get weak and weary through it all. But then I have to reflect on who I am and whose I am. And I know what I have in these 2 places.
Understandable.
And then nobody can take these from me.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I know can't nobody take my intellect. And definitely can't steal my joy and my heart. Now they might temporarily inconvenience me, but it's temporary. I will not stay in this rut. I refuse to get in a depressed state of mind while I'm taking pills and beyond all that.
Very nice.
What I need to do is take my time
Very nice.
to take my hand out of the lion's mouth,
Okay.
bow out gracefully,
Gotcha.
and let you part in peace. That's what I know that Cookie needs to do.
Gotcha. Yeah. Gotcha. So, all right. It seems like, you're helping building this, design this plan of action. So let me ask you a question. A perfect situation would look like what? What would it look like for you? A perfect situation with all this mess going on. For it to end, how would it look well for you to, end just the way you wanted to end?
It would look well for me knowing that those 2 babies have a bed that they can call their own. That's what would end well. Knowing that those 2 children have a bed and not a back seat to sleep in.
Okay. It's a very difficult situation. I can imagine. Okay.
For me, that would be an ideal situation.
Okay. But okay, with the activities that may need to happen for that to happen, how would that look like? The coordination of that.
It would look like all 4 of them people would one after each other would be coming down my stairs and walking to their car and driving away and never even looking back like that. That's what would be perfect for me.
That'd be perfect.
Never looking back. Ever.
So I think you have some plans. Can you give me one small thing that you plan on doing to move in this direction of that outcome you just expressed?
Okay, well, so yesterday I went out personally for hours looking for them an apartment.
Okay.
So much so where I'm willing to put it in my name because they have issues.
Gotcha.
And to pay for it, just to pay their their moving fees or whatever the fees were, for them to just go. That's where my mind was. But at this juncture, after today's episode, I cannot comfortably even extend to you a glass of water on the hottest day. That's how I feel. I can do nothing further for you except what is bare minimum and necessary.
Okay.
Because you have these children, you've come from a different place, I have to let you stay here with your kids. I have to let you eat, I have to let you use the bathroom, I have to let you shower. Other than that, I have to do anything else for you.
Okay. So what are some steps that you Any other steps you planned on to move in that direction that you
hadn't even considered it? I just know that we cannot coexist in the same environment. And when I look back on it, and I look at the mortgage statement that comes here every month, and I see my name on the mortgage statement and my husband's name on the mortgage statement, and that's it. I have to remember that this is my home.
Gotcha.
And you all are making me uncomfortable in my home. So if loving you, as I've done, has hurt us, I need you to leave, please.
Gotcha.
Please leave, just in peace.
How long do you see this going on? Longer?
Well, one of them has a court date on the 25th in Texas.
Okay.
They get their checks on the 25th. But, we don't have the money to get to Texas because our checks don't come until the 25th. I got to be in court, so I won't make it to my court date. So, I don't know. I definitely, oh God, the thought of that is just making me sick, making my stomach hurt.
Oh, please forgive me.
Please, Lord, by the 27th, 6th, be gone.
Okay.
I just want them.
So that's, you looking forward to that. That seems to be...
No, I just want them to go to a shelter today. Like, I want them out of my house right this minute. That's all I want. I don't have no peace. I'm not comfortable in my space. But I want you to part in peace. I don't want to fuss, fight, quarrel, argue, none of that.
Gotcha.
I know that God is pleased with me. I know I've done the right thing. I know I've welcomed someone and who had a need.
Yes.
I've given you the opportunity. You've squandered that.
Okay.
Not my fault. And I'm done.
Got it.
Done.
As of?
Right now.
Oh, right now.
As of already been done.
Gotcha. And how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel like I'm wasting my time. I'm wasting my energy. I can be doing something so much more productive with my thoughts. I'm exuding too much energy on your issues that I'm not focused on mine.
Yes.
It's sad because for the last week, I've not done any schoolwork.
Got it.
I've not done
You mentioned that too.
Tax work.
Gotcha.
Because I'm overwhelmed. I'm stressed out.
Yeah.
Really. I have not even wanted to open my office door.
Gotcha.
Because it's across the way from your room. That means I have to look at you. You have to look at me. I don't even want to walk that on the East Wing.
Just affecting your productivity. You and I, we talked earlier.
Absolutely.
And,
absolutely.
And you mentioned your school. I didn't know it was related to this.
It's all of it. Just
Gotcha.
Everything. I had a 10 o'clock meeting this morning, and I'm never late for my meetings.
Gotcha.
Ever.
Yes.
I had a 10 o'clock meeting this morning, but I couldn't fulfill my time obligation because y'all's turmoil.
Gotcha.
Now I gotta diffuse the situation. I have a meeting.
Yes.
I gotta diffuse the situation. I don't need my guest hearing no turmoil going on in here.
Gotcha.
I'm not used to that.
I understand.
I'm used to living in a place of peace and love and joy.
This is a new challenge for you, and it could make. I tell you, it could be
Woo.
something to make a even better cookie at the end of the day. And I see that happening.
That.
Yeah, I could definitely make a better cookie for this because sometimes when we're not faced with these challenges, not that these challenges are needed to grow,
right?
But at the same time,
everything
they're here.
You learn from everything, right?
Learn from here. So now it's time to see. All right.
Well,
what is this? What is this lesson? What is this lesson, and how can I finalize this lesson?
I know. Okay. Well, one good thing will certainly come out of it. I have 2 new characters to add to my upcoming book.
Okay.
Characters, profile.
I totally understand.
Of the characters.
Yes, I totally understand.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so, I do. And so it just gives me something to feed off of.
Yeah.
Because every good book or every good movie, it really comes from someone's thought or a life's experience. Really.
Okay, now you're reframing it a little bit now. Okay, right. I can see that.
So I will use it in that context, but in terms of my lifestyle and health, it's just overwhelming and I'm tired.
Got it.
I just want peace in my life and my home.
Gotcha.
No, I don't think I'm asking too much when I pay the mortgage.
Understand. Cookie, you know what you need to do.
May I ask you a question?
Please.
What would you do?
What would I do in that situation? That's really not my position to say that, because I'm coaching right now. You know, yeah, sure. But I can ask you this question.
Sure.
What do you think you haven't done yet?
Put them out.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's go less extreme. I wouldn't even call that extreme, but let's go.
You wouldn't call it extreme, would you?
Because sometimes, because of what you said and how, overwhelming it is, and it's affecting your health, your husband's health.
Yes.
Sometimes we have to go to extreme measures.
It's affecting us arguing, my husband and I having disputes because of other people, yes.
But however, you also mentioned that you don't want to affect the two children that's involved. Right. So what I'm trying to say is, what are some smaller steps that can be taken, to move towards that positive direction?
I really don't know.
Gotcha.
I truly don't know.
So what I want to do is...
And if I did, I would do I think the only smaller steps that I could take is to tiptoe quietly around my house and not say nothing and let them run my house and be... Right, that's the only other option.
Well, that's what you're saying now. Okay, that's your only option. Something called self-reflection, right? Mm-hmm. And taking a look at what you're going through. So what I want to do is, I would like to give you a small homework assignment.
Okay.
Right? Give you a small homework assignment. Why? Because if you're not participating in this change that you want, it's going to stay the same. And, you can just have all this in your mind. You can have the idea that you just want somebody out. But however, what are you doing to make this happen? Or to bring about some kind of action, where you get some satisfaction from. So I want to give you a small homework assignment, right? And it's a small homework assignment. I just want you to write down 5 things. 5 things that you can do to get your sanity back. Now, don't tell me now, right? 5 things you can do to get your sanity back. And believe me, that issue you're talking about is possibly going to be only 1 or 2 on the list. There's some other things that's going to be on that list that's going to brighten you up. That's going to say, hey, I forgot about this. I forgot about me within all of this. And this is what I can do. 5 things.
I can't even imagine what one of those things would be.
That's why I need for you to sit down and do some self-reflection. Now, we'll go over it again.
Could you give me an example of what one, what one of those kind of things would be? I wouldn't even know.
One of the things to what? Bring you sanity?
Yes.
What brings you sanity?
Joy. Okay. And love.
Joy and love.
Peace.
And peace.
And financial stability.
These are some of the things on your list. I'm glad you mentioned that, because it's going to go a little further. Things that can bring you sanity and
spiritual growth.
How can you obtain them? I'll email you, text you, and make sure we get the correct verbiage. However, what are 5 things that you can gain peace, sanity from, and how can you obtain it? Do you follow me?
Yes, I'd have no clue.
That's where...
If I did, I would be doing that.
Exactly. So, Cookie, this is why I'm talking to you now, because we're looking to Cookie's best self to arrive using a hard place. That's why I'm here talking to you. Using a hard place, you have no idea, but I'm going to challenge you. I was I was a college professional for years, and one of the things I told the students, if I'm not challenging you, you're not learning. So this is a challenge that I'm going to give you. The challenge for you to open up these boxes of, this is hard, I haven't thought about this, and I really don't want to do this. When you're faced with the kind of challenge you have, let me challenge you now. And believe me, it'll move towards action for this very challenging situation you have. What are some things that will bring you sanity and peace, and how to go about obtaining it? You understand that? And once you get lost in the flow of that really challenging situation, you'll be dealing with that in a different person, just like the Matrix. You'll be Neo You'll be that person who says, you know what? I'm ready for this challenge with a clearer mind now. Y'all caught me off guard here. You caught me off guard, and my mind is clouded. Let me take a step back. Let me reflect on some of these things good coach is talking about, and get that peace of mind, sanity back. So now you have the right armor to deal with the situation. And that armor is that best self. That's where I'm coming from right now. That's why this homework assignment is very important, because your sanity is at stake. You got to take a step back, get your sanity back, so you can deal with this very challenging situation.
My sanity.
Yeah. So you can deal with the situation.
It's at stake.
It's at stake right now. I hear it. That's what I keep hearing that.
Oh,
sanity is at stake right now. And if you don't take a step back and reflect on how can you regain your sanity, this situation will be you'll be dealing with the situation with a chaotic cookie, not a sane cookie, because they're chaotic and you're becoming chaotic. Why? Because sometimes we feel as though
that is so true. Lord have mercy.
Fight fire with fire, and that's not the way to go all the time.
I know, and so
you get to take a step back, do this homework assignment, and now, since we have this homework assignment on the table, my next question is, so when do you think you'll be able to have that list of 5 things so we can go over? We want to be realistic about them, because
I can't even imagine what the 5 things would be.
Exactly. That's why I wanted to make sure you give yourself a reasonable amount of time, because I have to hold you accountable for it, because I'm on your team. I'm on your side.
Thank you so much.
Not a problem. I want you to win, and I know you can win.
Ooh, and that's my point, and that's what I preach to everyone. I want my people to win.
Understandable.
I want I want, when I say my people, I mean all people.
Understandable.
To just win.
To just win.
And we could ride on the same team, and we could take it to the top. Teamwork really makes the dream work.
And teamwork makes the dream work.
And if you're on a productive, positive, upbeat team, there's just so much growth. And and although I've never taught college, I taught ESL, English and Special Language at Columbia University, but although I've never taught college as a professor or anything like that, I do recognize that educating and elevating each other helps us all grow. It helps us all become better.
Makes it better.
And I know that sometimes, as a director, producer, as a, entrepreneur, I know that I can be stern in my way, and sometimes in my approach even. I don't mean any harm by it. It's just I've always had to be the boss.
Gotcha.
So because of that, I may be a little bossy.
Hey, go get your self-esteem game up, your self-confidence game up, because don't be mad at me. Because mine is up. And people will make you feel as though that you need to tone it down some. No, I don't need to tone it down. You need to rise up.
Exactly. Yesterday I got, well, you act like this because you think you're white.
Oh. Okay. Well,
so I'm intelligent.
Those are games. Those are game of discord. They're games of confusion. Now, what I want to say is this here.
Wow.
Cookie, those are game of confusion. It's like a ball of confusion thrown in there and smoke you out, like and kind of make you question yourself. We don't want.
No, it made me question myself. It made me reevaluate you. Like, really?
Very nice. Got it.
That's where you are. It's like.
No, I understand. What I want to do is get back to this, Cookie, really quickly.
Sure.
The idea of, we mentioned
teamwork makes the dream work.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Now, I want to say this here. I asked you a question about...
Because we cannot do it all on our own.
We can't.
We have to have positive reinforcements.
Yes.
And my time with you, because the way I live my life and the way I see life is right now, this particular moment at whatever time it is, nothing else in the world is more important to me than where I am at this moment on this couch.
Yeah. So I like to get lost in the moment.
I just get lost and get passionate in whatever I'm in.
Yes. As we wrapping up, I want to say that you mentioned the team, and we talked about the homework assignment where I'm gonna make sure we get back to. As you know how important teamwork is.
Yes.
Okay. Why I stressed to you about the homework assignment, about the 5 things that can make a more sane and a happier cookie, is because when you're shaken and rocked and your sanity is not there, you become a team member that's not her best self. And guess what? A lot of people need your team. And if Cookie is not her best self, doesn't have her sanity, you don't become that team player that you've always been. So this is why I'm challenging you, because you're needed on the team. Your team player, you're needed.
And my team is dependent on me to win.
He's a win,
and I'm a winner, and my team is a winner.
Yeah, and with this situation, you can lose, and you're gonna need your sanity back to handle this situation properly. Yeah, you're passionate about the team, but when there's a weak Cookie, the team is not at its effective self. They need that strong Cookie. So with this assignment I'm giving you, Cookie, you don't have to rush. It could take a week. You just let me know. But the idea is, you have to begin to consider what it looks like and how can Cookie right now get her sanity back so you can deal with the situation at your best self, because you're dealing with it as the weight, because it just hits you. It's like getting hit by a big wave. It's overwhelming. This is why you're going to take a step back. My suggestion, and I say suggestion, but as a life coach, we don't make too many suggestions. But the idea is this here. How do you feel about getting your sanity back?
That's all I want.
Great. So
it's my freedom, my health, peace of mind.
Yes.
And a little love every now and then.
Got it. So how does that assignment sound to you? Are you willing to do assignments?
Absolutely.
Okay, great.
I'm absolutely willing to do whatever I need to do to regain my sanity, because for you to even use or coin that term or use that term with me, yes. Sanity, I couldn't even believe that you said that.
Gotcha.
Because it is my sanity.
It is.
Really?
Well, it is.
And I feel like this is just driving me insane.
Gotcha.
I just need my peace back. I just need my home back.
Gotcha. And it's going to take just like the focus it took you to get where you are now, it's going to take a focus to get you back where you need to be with the situation. It's going to take a focus. That's why I'm giving you this assignment. Now people look at, I've been in college for years. You've been a tax preparer for years. So it takes a focus, and it takes new learning to stay on top of your game. So I'm going to say, I'm challenging you this with some new learning so you can tackle this. It's going to take a focus. You may say to me, I can do this tonight, but guess what? You can probably do it tonight or within a week, because so you can get ready to face this challenge that has rocked your boat and your sanity. And remember, Cookie, this assignment is only for you to become that best self so you can handle this situation with a clearer you, with a clear mind. You understand? Just taking a step back. You know how they say take 2 steps back to go forward.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just get out of this moment. Just take a step back. Take a step back. Sometimes, and when you take a step back, people say, oh, what's going on? What is she doing? She's not, giving me static the way I'm giving her static, because you're thinking, you're planning to win. But when you're in the rut, you're not planning to win. You're just in the rut. So right now, you're having a life coach where you're going to plan to win. So with this assignment, it's going to go a long way, because you're going to start dealing with a more clearer you with this situation. How do you feel about that?
Great. Thank you so much. I'm so pleased to have had the opportunity not only to meet you,
yes,
but just to have this session, because I needed you today. Thank you so much. I truly, truly appreciate you.
Not a problem.
I mean, really, I appreciate you.
Got you.
I needed this.
Yes. I don't do this often. Let me get some love.
Thanks so much. Thank you.
Not a problem. Thank you.
This has been a great session.
It has been. And I'm Coach.
And I have laid my life out openly as it is. And,
yes,
having this coaching session is what I needed today. And if any of you are ever in need of a great coach, and check out Coach Hartman. He's on YouTube. He's on Facebook. And you can reach him at
www.walkintodestiny
which is what I'm trying to do.
Yes, truly. And also, my telephone number is 770-820-5679. Thank you, and hopefully you saw yourself in what we're doing here, which is self-improvement, self-development, and rocking our boat in order to steer a little better.